Hey guys, this is Michelle with Moxie Emotion, and today we are at Golds Gym in Venice, the mecca of bodybuilding, with a huge inspiration to me and many others, my dear friend Jordan Graham. He's got a pretty awesome weight loss story. Jordan, how are you today?
Doing great. It's a beautiful day out. We're here, you know, day in paradise.
It's super sunny and my face is melting.
I can't see, so I'm with you.
We'll just stare in that direction.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit. You lost a lot of weight. How much weight exactly did you lose?
Well, I used to weigh over 420 pounds, and after losing 200 pounds, now I can squat over 420 pounds. So I feel good about that.
How long did it take you to lose that 200 pounds?
It took about 2.5 years.
Yeah.
To get to like the lowest weight that I've been at, and then since then a lot of fine tuning and kind of
Shaping the body.
works. Yeah, shaping the body, getting some new goals and reaching towards those. I was in a really bad car crash, and when I was in that crash, I could have very easily not made it. So I realized then, like, I can't live my life that way. I was 21. I was living a very unhealthy lifestyle, very sedentary, eating a lot. Obviously, I was over 420 pounds.
Had you had like a weight issue your entire life, or did it come on later in life?
Well, I was always heavy, like my whole life. When I was 13, I was 5'9", 290 pounds. And the football coaches were like, yeah, this guy's gonna be awesome. And I trained for football, and I played football for 2 years. And then my mom passed away out of nowhere. And from there, I just stopped training and started eating more. So
right.
That's what got me to such a bad place health-wise, where the doctors would say, like, you're gonna have a heart attack by 30.
Wow.
And it didn't matter to me. First, I cut out like all the junk food and soda.
Right.
I was doing fast food every day, multiple times a day, and I didn't really know how to eat well,
right.
But I knew that was not the way.
Right.
So I cut that out and cut out the soda, and then I started walking with my little dog, same kind of dog as yours.
Yeah, we have Boston Terriers. They're both cute.
Amazing dog. And I lived on a hill, and we would go down the hill and back up to the house, and it was a mile to get down and back. And it would take us, or take me, because the dog is much faster than me, it would take an hour. And I would be like drenched in sweat and everything hurt. And it was crazy that it was 1 mile per hour.
That's impressive. Did you ever like want to give up? Like after a week were you like, fuck this shit?
It hurt so much. And you know, I thought about it at first, but like I was with my dog.
Right.
My dog wanted to go every day at that point, because she was like, oh, you're walking me now.
Right, right.
A good distance.
Right.
So every time I like didn't want to go, or if it was raining or something, the dog, Blackberry, she wants to go. She doesn't care.
Isn't that kind of amazing that it's like, if you think about it, if you didn't have that dog, what would have happened? Maybe you would not have continued on the path.
Yeah, I mean, the dog, I think, saved my life.
So after you started walking and the weight started coming off, what was the next step you took? Who was the first like person you met or talked to that sort of had an influence on you in the fitness industry?
Well, actually, I had a friend, yeah, who I grew up with, and he was always into fitness. And even when I was at a very unhealthy point in my life, he was always like, man, you gotta, you know, one day we're gonna get you in the gym. And I actually started to work out with him sometimes. His name is Peter, and he helped me a lot just by like kind of pushing me.
Right.
And it took me a long time to actually join a gym.
Right.
Because I was uncomfortable. I thought, oh, I'm gonna walk in there and like I'm still big and everyone's gonna judge me. And once I got that out of my head, I joined the gym and started training, and it just changed everything. I just realized, like, I'm here to make my life better. It doesn't matter what people think of, you know, how I look or what I can do, because I couldn't do much. Once I started to like set goals,
right,
hit them, or at least even work towards them,
right,
I really fell in love with it, because there was things that I never thought I could do.
Right.
And then here I was getting closer to doing them, and then eventually being able to do them.
So speaking of goals, what was one of your first goals in the gym?
First was actually to be able to do a push-up, because I couldn't do it even from my knees at that point. But then after I got push-ups, I was like, I want to do a pull-up.
Yeah.
Never in my life, ever, was I ever able to do a pull-up.
And a pull-up's a pretty like badass thing. If you mean like, I can walk into the gym and do pull-ups, most people are pretty impressed with that. So that's pretty exciting. So you embarked on trying to learn to do a pull-up?
Yeah, and I started with like the assist machine that, you know, raises you up from the legs.
Yeah.
And I had to use all of the assistants, like 180 pounds of help or whatever it was.
Right.
And I was struggling, it like sucked and I hated it. But I was like, if I just keep chipping away and needing less and less,
Right.
Eventually, I'll be able to do it by myself.
That's what makes you so inspirational, though. So many people, I think, encounter challenge, and whether it's their ego or fear or just habit, they very quickly shy away from that challenge. The fact that you were starting at one place and traveling so far, and it sounds like so much of your motivation really came from within, I think is what makes you so incredibly inspirational to so many other people. It makes you inspirational to me. I think it's a hard thing to find in another person.
Definitely.
So when did you start doing regular pull-ups?
I remember very clearly one day, actually, at the end of my workout, I just jumped up onto the pull-up bar, and I jumped. Doesn't count necessarily, but I pulled myself all the way up.
It doesn't CrossFit.
Right, that's true. And you go in kind of a circle there. I don't know how that works. I still can't figure that out. But I jumped up, I got up there, and I was like, lowered myself all the way down. I was like, oh my God. I like celebrated. I did a little dance, like Peter was there. He's like, oh man, you know, all happy. And after that, I just started seeing, okay, let's see how many I can do with just, you know, good form, proper technique. And it was one. It was just one. And then eventually, you know, I'd do one, I'd try to get another one, I'd almost get there, and I eventually was able to do 2, and then it just kept going. And one day I set a goal, I'd like to do 12. It took me a long time, but I got there. So I always suggest, like, when I train clients or have anyone who asks me about pull-ups, like, who cannot do them yet or not there yet, to do the negative. So use something to get yourself up. You can jump, you can use a step to just get yourself over the bar, and then lower yourself in a controlled way, so you're still using the muscles that you need to work to get back down.
Right.
I always tell people, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. So you have to embrace the challenge. Fitness changed my life.